The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
Good afternoon and welcome to Generations Radio. I am Percy Ihara, your host. As you guys know, every Saturday from 5 to 6 and Sunday from 3 to 4 here on AM 690 The Answer. And for those of you that that read our magazine regularly, you know that the October issue is out at our newsstands, at the racks downtown, at the YMCA, all the state libraries, including the Big Island, Hilo, and Maui and Kauai. And so if you guys if you've seen the issue or if you haven't seen the issue, go to our website, generations808.com, where you're going to see three beautiful ladies on the cover and it says the Fountain of Youth. And in December of 2014, Martha Clopin, our Medicare writer, wrote about and actually produced a pageant, an actual pageant where they had candidates and ladies and we have three of the winners from 2014. Faye Rose Shock, Lori Bachran, and Terry Rainey from Maui. And they will be coming on. You've probably heard the radio show already, but we're going to talk about their lives and why they were graced our cover, because this year's 2015 pageant will be December of later this next month. So anyway, so check it out, or you can go online at generations808.com. So as you guys know, we're statewide now, the radio show. There are some pockets here and there on the neighbor islands that we do not cover. But so check it out, AM 690 The Answer. If not, go to our website. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have this show on archived on our website. But we always try to cover different resources out there. And one of the growing areas for care for our parents, care for our uncles and aunties, for our neighbors, is the Adult Day Center. And so the largest, and I just found out today, the largest Adult Day Center in the state of Hawaii happened to be on the Big Island. And so today we have Paula Uusitalo and Maile Young. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so don't be so nervous. We're just talking like a regular conversation. So I know these ladies are a little nervous a little bit. Nobody can see that you're only wearing a tank top and shorts. Don't worry about that. Slippers is okay. So anyway, let's start up. So Hawaii Island Adult Center.
Yeah, care.
Is the name. Adult care?
Mm-hmm.
Adult care. And so they call it HIAC, you said.
Yeah, that's a nickname.
And so, but I'm sure a lot of people on the Big Island know who you are, right?
They know who are. Hawaii Island Adult Care is the overall agency name, and Hilo Adult Day Center is our main center.
And so give us a little background. You are the largest, you said you're the largest?
We're the largest single site in the whole state because we're in the old Hilo Hospital at the current time.
And how big is that? And you say
it's licensed for 105 a day.
105?
Yeah, we run about 70 to 75 a day to 65 in that range daily.
You are the largest. Everyone I've seen. I was on a board of one in Wahiawa called Age to Perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know we only have
we know Age to
30
Perfection.
or 40, maybe.
Yeah, 45 I think.
Around there.
Yeah.
What they were licensed for. They were pretty full out there. But so anyway, give us a little background on HIAC and the Hawaii Island Adult Care.
Sure. Hawaii Island Adult Care was started in 1976. It's an Office of Aging, National Office of Aging, saw the need for adult daycares around the nation. And it started because at that point, both parents were working. And if their loved one got into trouble, needed to be taken care of, they would either have to quit or they put them in a nursing home. They quit their job or put them in a nursing home. So adult daycares were basically mandated to be started, and they sent money out to start them.
And what year was this when it started?
76.
Wow. And were you one of the first?
No, us and Maui and all of us were started about the same time.
Oh, in the 70s, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Around the country, too. Many of them in the 70s, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So is it, you said it's a non-profit?
We're a non-profit,
and
yes.
Is it funded all by the counties or the state?
No. The funding we receive is primarily private pay. We charge for our services. Medicaid clients is about 20% of our income.
You take Medicaid for an adult day?
Yes.
Now, is it adult day center or is it adult day health? Because I know there's a different.
Daycare. We're daycare.
Daycare.
Day health is different.
Yeah,
yes.
totally different.
Yeah, we're social model daycare.
Oh, okay. And so, Paula, what is your position over there?
I'm the director these days. I've been there 8 years as a director, 20 years as fiscal management,
Wow. And I
grants, HR, all those other
Now,
things.
you said you're originally from
Finland.
Finland.
I was born in
Went to
Finland.
Hawaii.
Well,
You don't like the cold weather, huh?
don't like the cold weather. Yes, no, it's lovely here. I've been on the Big Island for 34 years in
Wow.
and around Hilo and Puna. It's
Yeah,
you know.
it's a great country style living. We did a story on Alan Parker. Did you see that issue?
I think I did.
I did.
Alan
Yeah,
Parker did a
Alan,
story.
yeah, he
And
just-
actually
he just-
we drove up to the Puna district last year when the volcano, the flow started coming down, and so they kind of a lot of guys are moving out of Puna, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were up there, and it's I mean that's a country. It's big. I mean that's guys from Honolulu here. We're like out of ducks out of the
Yeah,
water.
yeah,
I mean
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about Puna. I mean that's rural.
Yeah, it's a big district. Yeah.
And I did not know how many seniors live up there.
Yeah. We serve all of Puna and all the way to Honolulu. We've even had people come as far as Waikoloa and Hawaii. Recently, a lady came 2-hour ride each way from Hawaii to come to our center. Yes.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys have
It's
a
a
great
big island.
reputation. You've been there a long time. And so, Maile, what is your position over there?
I'm the Health Services Alzheimer's Program Director.
Alzheimer's director.
Yeah.
Now, that's a big job.
We have a unit when they no longer can adjust and
Oh, really?
keep up with the activities in the main section. They are moved back. So there's a flow.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard that before in an adult day center. I know at places like the Plaza and a few other places they have an Alzheimer's or dementia unit. But I do not know what is that something that other adult day centers do? I've never
I don't
heard
know.
of that.
We got funding in the 80s to build that area,
Oh,
to
really?
remodel that area, and we call it the Golden Heart Swing, for real
cool.
reasons. So
And you said about how many? 20 you said are in there?
I have about 35
Wow.
in there now.
So you're pretty versed on Alzheimer's.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Not all of them are Alzheimer's. We also have other people who can't handle the activities in the other area. They have other issues as well.
Yeah, require more care. More
Yeah,
attention.
it's a more care area. Is really
Yeah,
what
well,
it is.
I was
Yeah.
involved with the Alzheimer's state plan when they drafted that. I was part of those committees, and it is a growing area
Yes.
of need.
Very much so.
Mhm.
And I think by 2020, I believe it is, the amount of people that have Alzheimer's is going to double. Because a lot of them are not documented.
Wow. Yeah.
We're trying to get it more documented, but that's a scary number. We have 28,000 right now. By the end of 2020 or 2025, it's going to nearly double.
It's very scary. They're coming in younger now also.
Yep.
Well, we had a show here. Actually, Dr. Corey Liao came in from Dr. Corey Liao from the Hawaii Pacific Neuroscience up at St. Francis.
St. Francis, yes.
Yeah, he came in and he said they finally identified a gene that is 100% hereditary. If you have that gene, it's 100% you're going to get it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Isn't that? And I asked
That's-
Dr. Corey Liao
that's-
off the air, I said, should I get tested? Even though my parents don't have, but they're only 85, 87, and that doesn't mean they're not going to get it, right? Because actually over the age of 85 is like almost 50%.
50%.
chance, right? So I said, well, should I get checked? And he goes, well, even if you do, you can't do anything about it, right?
Right. So don't worry. Yeah. Don't do
There's
it.
nothing you can do. You can't stop or slow
look
down
for trouble.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah. No.
All you
yeah,
can do is
no.
try and stay healthy and eat properly. In fact, in the October issue, guys, there is actually an article by Dr. Stephen Blake, who works out of the Hawaii Pacific Neuroscience Center, and he wrote a book about nutrition, because he's a nutritionist, and how that is probably your best bet to try and keep the mind healthy and slow down the aging process, but really to try and stave off, if that's possible, for Alzheimer's. So that's a unique, I'm going to get back to that because that's a growing area. I'm 55. I have a number of my friends, guys I play golf with or I play softball with, that come to me. In fact, a friend of mine called me last night at 9 o'clock. Said, "Person, I need your help. I need to place my father." I said, "When?" He goes, "Tomorrow morning." I said, "You could give me a few days notice?" But I don't know why the family waited so long.
And then they're just desperate.
Yeah, because you got to move out Dad tomorrow morning. So I told him to call me this morning, but I had a workshop from 9 to 11, and he didn't call me this morning, so I don't know what happened. But hopefully they found places, and that's the thing, and that's the reason why we do the magazine, but also the radio show, is to provide information about what do we do, who do we call. So I appreciate your time, and you flew over from the Big Island, so I understand you're here for tomorrow's meeting.
Yes.
Oh, good for you. I did not know there's a state also.
Yep, there's a statewide group.
Statewide.
Adult Day Centers Hawaii.
Okay,
So
good.
for people interested in centers anywhere else, they can look on that website, and almost everyone's a part of that group.
Okay.
That
And
in
about
this-
how many adult day centers are there in the state of Hawaii? Do you have an idea?
It's about probably 28, 30.
20 to
Yeah, I
30?
think there's 24 in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just had one recently come in the magazine, Hale Haole. That's the most recent one that I think in July or they opened it. It's in Waimalu.
Waimalu.
Yeah.
I think
Kathy,
that's
Kathy
Ca-
Wyatt.
Kathy Wyatt.
Kathy Wyatt,
Yes.
yes.
She's in the magazine now.
She's going to be our new president for our association.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, good for her.
Very high energy lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I've been to her place, brand new, built it out, nice new leather chairs. Wow. I was like, wow, this is about 30 chairs. Really? Brand new chair, leather chair.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Very nice. So, yeah, I've had Kathy on my radio show, and it is. Don't you think that, adult day centers is really the step before the care home and nursing facility? right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is. It's after you can no longer function in a senior center. That's when it's time. If you need to be somewhere where it's safe, you come to adult daycare. And
But
socialization is a big deal.
But I notice, for certain adult day centers, don't they have to screen you? Depends on how mobile you are. Depends on whether you're in
Certain
Kaku or
ones in
not.
Oahu definitely have limitations. For us, Maui, and I think Kauai as well, because we're the only ones, we take everyone that needs care.
Even if they're bedbound, or not bedbound.
No, not bedbound,
But
but
they have to be relatively mobile, at least in a wheelchair.
They have
Yeah.
to do some kind of transfer and some kind of assistance.
own.
them
Yes.
their own, yeah.
Is it because otherwise you're going to need more?
we
CNA?
can't have the staff. Yeah,
We can't have the
Yeah,
staff.
the
that's-
staff. Too many injuries with the staff.
Yeah.
They have to be able to partially be able to help themselves.
Yeah. So, I've been involved in aging almost going on 12 years now, and what I've seen is that growing area. And, because I'm on Oahu, I do go to the neighbor islands. I was actually out there a couple months back visiting the Otsuka
Oh, we're
Veterans.
right there.
Yes.
VA Center. You're right across the street.
Right
we're
down the street.
hill.
Oh. So
Down the
I
street.
I walked up. So you're before, when you go up the hill, you're before on the
We're,
right?
we're down by Rainbow Falls, right below Rainbow Falls. It's a little road, and then you go up, and there's extended care, and then the vet center right above it.
Okay, I must have passed it then. might have passed
It's a little road you take to our
okay.
place. Yeah.
But I was telling you earlier that I see the differences in adult day centers here versus the neighbor islands, because the neighbor islands, a lot of times the children move away. You're more rural versus Honolulu, because we have like 20 or so or 18 on this island alone.
Probably at
Probably.
least.
Yes,
At
probably.
least.
Right.
At least, yeah.
And so we see that where they drop them off and pick them up, and obviously we have people that are probably working more today. The kids, and do you see any differences when you talk to the other Oahu adult day centers? The differences of kind of services you have, or differences of families?
Not much difference in families, but in the services, because they do not. Some of them don't take incontinent people, which we
I don't think anybody
it's
does
all.
on Oahu.
No, there are.
There are.
Oh.
Yeah, like Leahi Day Health and stuff like that.
Leahi,
They have
adult
day health.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's a little bit more
Yeah.
involved.
yeah, but beyond that, the families. There's just all varieties of families out there. Some have moved away. Like we have participants who come to Oahu for a couple months, go to Kelowna for a couple of months, and come Hilo because their
Really?
kids live in all these places. And some go to Florida, and they go to states in the nation. And I think the same things happens over here.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you have about, 70, 80 people a day?
65 to 75.
And what does a typical day look like?
Typical day, in the morning they have breakfast and socialize, and then
What time do you guys open up?
7 o'clock.
Okay.
7.
Yep, and
You provide breakfast?
yes, we provide breakfast, and then the official program starts around 9 o'clock. When the first thing they do is review the morning activities so that the participants can start thinking about what they want to do, and then just like school, they have the Pledge of Allegiance, they sing America the Beautiful and the Hawaii National Anthem,
Oh, really?
and then 15 minutes of exercise. And then they choose their activity for the morning and get involved in that. And if we have new clients, the staff try to get them engaged in whatever they want, interested in. And then the lunch comes out later, and then they have a little nap time, rest time for about an hour, and then again exercise, and then the afternoon activities until everyone goes home.
And about can I ask what do you folks charge per day?
It's right around 62 to 65. It depends on the level of care they have. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Pretty.
I think Oahu is probably a little bit higher than that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it costs.
We're probably the lowest, except for Maui, who gets a lot of county funding.
Oh,
So they can be lower.
they get county funding?
They get
And which one
county
is that
funding.
one?
Maui Adult Day Centers.
Oh, okay.
Maui
Because
Adult
we
Day
have-
Care Centers.
Okay.
I believe there are 5. Huh?
They have 5 sites now.
Really?
Lahaina, Hana, and about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the questions I want to ask you besides
4 sites.
what happens in the daytime, do you guys do excursions? Or
Yes, we do excursions as well, and we do a lot of celebrations. You know, big. They dress up for King Kamehameha Day and all these everything.
Really?
They're
have
just
parades.
planning.
You
They're
have a
just
parade?
with parades
Oh, yes.
and for one of the events we do a wheelchair parade now, and just have a lot of good times. They help paint everything for the parades, and
Really?
everybody's involved in all of the activities.
You know, a lot of people have been telling me that they would go there to retire. I've seen people from Oahu move there to retire because houses are cheaper.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
little more close knit community out there. You guys have a great senior community
Senior
center.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Senior
there.
program. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are, because you're smaller compared to Oahu, you guys do a really good job. And the retired Alan Parker, the executive director over there,
Yep.
did get it going. And I know you have chemo now out there, but
Mhm.
so, but do you see what happens when the family they don't have children that nearby or they live on the mainland? Who takes care of them or who drops them off?
We have transportation.
Yeah, we have vans
You have
ourselves.
transportation?
We have vans
Yes.
ourselves,
You
and
pick 'em
then
up?
yep, we pick them up and
Wow.
drop them off, and also HCOC, which is one of the county. I mean, it's another nonprofit, but they have transportation. The county has transportation themselves, and there is like some new companies now, like Local Rides, who you can pay for, and some people come with taxis. Yep.
But for your place, you said you have a bus.
We have vans. Yeah, we have
Vans.
vans.
So is there a cost for the transportation?
Yes, there is. It's additional over the tuition because not everybody needs it.
Right.
We
Because a
just
lot
go-
of families bring their own. Husband and wife will bring the other.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Wow, we
Sorry.
don't see that much over here.
You guys have a great transportation system
What a
for
bus
the
system,
elderly.
but I mean,
Well,
no,
our main
the
problem
you
is-
have the handy van.
handy van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on who you're talking to, there's been some issues, and nothing against them. They're just overworked. And
It's
with
a-
today's traffic there, I mean,
Oh.
the biggest complaint is, I waited 3 hours for the handy van, but the traffic here has gotten a lot
Yeah,
worse over
I
the
believe
years.
it.
And not to say it's 3 hours not a long wait. It is a long wait, but there's the traffic, and then they're going all over the place in town, and it's a difficult job. It's a
Mhm,
difficult
mhm.
thing to run. So hopefully they can get those wait times down. But I think Catholic Charities is the growing one. Catholic Charities has their own bus
Oh.
line of buses too.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're only work till I think 6 o'clock. So they're actually starting a program where they're looking for volunteers. They're gonna screen them, but they're looking for volunteers that can drive from like 6 to 9 because their buses don't run past 6. So they're looking for volunteers to actually do that. So that's a growing area. If you're listening out there, call up Catholic Charities. If you want to volunteer to be a driver, I don't know if there's a pay or a stipend with that. So you're going to ask them. But otherwise, Catholic Charities, their buses, they have a lot of buses, and it's kind of underutilized a little bit. So they're trying to grow that program out more here on Oahu. But for our neighbor islands, I'm glad to hear you guys have vans.
Hmm. But we only drive in
Just
Hilo,
the-
though. The
just
country,
in the
the country
Hilo,
has a
yeah.
lot of.
Wow.
And
A lot
that's
of
the biggest
transportation.
obstacle is the ruralness of that island. Everything's
Right,
so
that's-
far.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say, you've noticed a lot of seniors in the Puna section, and families that are not continuing to work have a harder time bringing their loved one into the center.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, so give us a typical family or scenario why they decide to move into an adult day center or
Okay.
HIAC.
Well, a typical one is usually that one of their parents has passed away and the other one's living alone, and they start seeing that they're not doing much. They're kind of most of their friends have passed away, so they're alienated socially because they don't have anyone anymore. And
they're
so-
isolated in their little world.
Right.
Especially on the neighbor islands.
Right,
Yes.
and so the children start noticing that they're not doing anything, just watching TV, which means you're just going to vegetate, fall down, end up in the hospital, and off you go to the nursing home. So they bring them in, and so a typical one was one of these cases where she didn't want to come. Of course, anything with a change, kids telling you what to do, She fought it, but she started coming and started enjoying herself, made new friends. She had Alzheimer's, so didn't have a lot of memory, but would recognize people, and continued enjoying herself. When her situation at home got more difficult, the family wasn't able to continue taking care of her there. They placed her in a care home, but they continued paying for her to come to the adult daycare because they saw what it did for her. It made her satisfied, happy, had a good day every day.
And you have activities all day long.
And then she eventually passed away, and everybody was very happy. Yeah, she
And you
never
guys must
ended
have a nutritionist on staff too, right?
No, we don't.
No? But so who cooks your food? Because it has to, there's certain nutrition.
We follow the USDA guidelines because we're with USDA,
Oh.
and so we get all that training, and we have the books and manuals, and they audit us and all that stuff.
But
Yeah.
so, Miley, because you specialize in Alzheimer's in that your special unit there, so obviously the person that has Alzheimer's doesn't know what to do. So does the family kind of get around and start meeting with you and do they
Usually
come in
we
and
have
already have Alzheimer's, or they're already clients of yours and eventually migrate over to the Alzheimer's unit?
Well, they come in with various needs. We try to integrate them first in the main floor, and our staff will let me know in a couple weeks, and I will try to make that assessment also, whether they can continue at that level, or if they've are experiencing some kind of overexcitement, so that they have behavioral problems. Then we integrate them back into the Alzheimer's unit, where they become it's at a slower pace, and I guess they have more care there. Our staff ratio in the Alzheimer's unit is sometimes 3-to-1, and most
3 to
times
1.
4-to-1, whereas the main floor we're licensed for 6-to-1, but because they come in with so much need now, we do 5-to-1.
You see more need now?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Over the years.
What age? About what
Yeah.
age can you guesstimate when they come in? 70s, 80s?
80s and
80s
90s.
and 90s.
80s and 90s, the
We
majority.
have a lot.
Over 80% of our people are now between 80 and 100.
Really?
Yes.
80%.
Yeah, over 80,
Is that
like
pretty
81,
standard,
82.
or is that just because
It's
of
been
neighbor
climbing because they're living longer.
islands? Oh,
with
yeah,
medical-
well, neighbor islands especially.
Yeah. Well, with the
Neighbor
medical,
islands
yeah.
especially because there's less fast food places out there, and they probably eat better. There's not a whole lot of restaurants out there, so they eat at home. No, seriously, that's the key.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You look at these
Yeah.
countries that don't have any fast food.
Yeah, they live a
There's lot
long
of processed
time.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're living longer. I think we know more about medicine. We talked about
Yeah.
Medicare earlier before the show started.
Mhm.
We know more about how to stay healthy. I think if they stay engaged, they probably will too, because the more you're engaged in life and your mind's being used, you're going to live a lot longer. But yeah, that's something. So when it comes down to the Alzheimer's, the special unit there, what kind of activities do you folks do, Miley?
We continue with the similar activities that they do in the front. It's just at their own pace. They all like to color. They
Really?
revert back to that coloring. It's
Not me.
very therapeutic.
I
You
didn't
will
go to-
see
I
later
didn't
in
go to
your
art
life.
class. I didn't go to art class.
That's all
because
right.
I'm colorblind. When I grew up, seriously, when I grew up, when I found out that I was colorblind, because I only used one crayon, I said, "Why do I need this other crayons?" So that's truly what happened. And so I always got excused from art class, so I got to go play outside or go eat lunch early, because I never went to art class.
What an excuse.
I'm not a big art fan, but I've been
Yeah.
to the Sistine Chapel, and I saw the beautiful murals and the paintings, and I was like, wow, very nice. But I can see that, going back to drawing. What
We
about,
engage them in
We
a
do
lot
ceramics.
of memory talking. We'll talk story. We'll say, I have to prepare something for tonight. I'm going to a kumeya'i party, we're going to gather together, so-and-so down the street passed away. What are some of the things that you used to take? What did you do? Oh, they had fruit trees. So conversation just flows, They can remember way back. So a lot of our activities in the back are memories, games, reading.
Do you guys document
singing.
these kind of things?
We do. We have a lot of stories from all the people.
Lots. Once
Everyone,
a month,
family stories.
Our art therapist. Lori does have a minor or major in English.
I don't know, but
Also,
she's got a
but
master's
she's-
in gerontology and art therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she will.
She does
And
she
what's
just has a life history on each person
life
and
history.
things like that.
So does she write it down?
Yes, she writes
Yes.
them all down. She has the whole thing. And so
Wow.
once a month, every month, the calendar is revised with new activities
That's
in it.
great. That's really
And so
really
there's a
important.
story. There's a story with each person in the front cover of
They
each month.
they
a
have
new
wonderful
person.
lives.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So interesting.
Very rich
On
lives.
Oahu, we have Olelo. That's the public access
Public.
television.
Mhm.
You guys have, you know what your public access television number
Oh,
is?
that's all little
No,
too.
No, Olelo's
No.
on Oahu.
Oh.
Maui is Akaku. Or maybe yours is Akaku? Or is that
No.
Maui?
no, that's
No.
Maui.
But every island has
Oh,
a
yeah, Naleo.
Hawaii-
Naleo.
Naleo.
Nale, okay, Naleo.
Yeah.
So Akaku must be Maui, because Koike or Hoike is on Kauai. But on Oahu, we have people. You might want to get a video camera if you haven't done that already, and it's sitting in front of the camera, and tape the light, because that was easier. Plus, it's always better to see emotion, see people's pictures and of their bodies and their body language and things. But that's something to do, and then you can give it to the family. And depending if it's digitized, like I said, on a camcorder, you can actually keep that file. I actually did a life story of my parents. My father grew up in Hilo. My mother grew up in Maui. My mother worked for, was a mechanic at the Haleakala Dairy. My father's my grandfather, had a general store on Kilauea Avenue across the Hongwanji.
Oh, yeah.
He closed down in '46 after the tsunami.
Yeah.
But we documented that. I did a life story on them about 7 years ago.
Wow.
So it's cool to hear stories like this, and you know, we got to take a short break. But one story he told me was that he was going for the tennis champion on Hilo, and so he was in the finals championship against another guy, and the paper came, a photographer came, took a picture. So I said, "Here, Mr. Ihara, hold the picture. We're gonna take a picture with the first place trophy." They took a picture and okay, here's a picture. I want to take a picture with the second place trophy. So hold the second place trophy, and I want to take a picture with it. My father goes, "Why are you taking a picture of first and second place?" He goes, "Oh, because I have to go to Kona for another shoot, and I don't know who's going to win. So you call me up. So if you lose, I'm going to put the second." So I stuck in my father's mind. So he was down 2 sets to love. He came back and beat him in the next 3 sets because he had in the back of his mind, I don't want a picture of me in a paper with a second place trophy. True story. And I would have never known
That's
this
hilarious.
until I did this story on him. And this happened in 1940s. He was a senior in high school, by the way. So anyway, nice stories, ladies. We're here with Hawaii Island Adult Care. They're in Hilo and Honolulu. And we're going to take a short break with when we're right back.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Aloha, this is Martha Clopin.
And Al Harrington. Choosing the right Medicare plan not only saves you money, it also helps you avoid headaches and heartaches down the road.
We want to remind everyone
to listen to a Medicare Moment with Martha, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we help answer important questions on Medicare so you can stay healthy, wealthy, and wise all year long.
Call me at 543-2073, 543-2073.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4- and 5-night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos: California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit PointVacationsHawaii.com.
High's Steakhouse, Waikiki, a special place to celebrate your next special occasion. Dine on High's succulent Alaskan king crab, fresh oysters Rockefeller, and signature Kiawe seared roast rack of lamb, amongst other favorites. Marvel at tableside creations like the classic Caesar salad and signature desserts. For reservations, call 922-5555. Online at highswaikiki.com. Celebrate your next special occasion at High's Steakhouse, Waikiki. Proper dress required.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4- and 5-night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos: California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit PointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy Ihara from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690 The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
Welcome back to Generations Radio. So thank you very much for hanging out with us this Saturday and Sunday, as we are every week. And likewise, as you know, we can go on our website, generations808.com, to listen to all our past shows. I believe we have 18 of them left. We got to get all the rest of the shows up on our website. So thanks to Peter Rosario, our webmaster, for putting it up there. But October issue is out, featuring Faye Shock Rolls, or Faye Rolls Shock, Lori Bachran, and Miss Terry Rainey from Maui for gracing our cover. They were the 2014 Miss Medicare pageant winners, and they will be the 2015 Medicare pageant will be on first week of December. I believe it's December 7th. But check the magazine, because there is an article. There is a little ad for that. I'm trying to find it right now myself as I look it through here. But anyway, look for articles. We talked about in our October issue here. Coming up is the Nakoa Football Club that features coaches from the University of Hawaii football. If you watch football every Monday for $20, you can go to the the Willows restaurant, and they get a full buffet if you get a chance to go. It is great, and a good number of women go there. So we wanted to do a story because I was impressed with all you women out there. If you listen to our show, you guys know a lot about football, which is sometimes more than me, which I'm I'm not a football guy, but man, you women really know your football. We have a story about the mermaids over at the YMCA. They have a mermaid club. Congratulations to Plaza Assisted Living opening their Waikiki property there this week, actually last week, and right where right behind Hard Rock Cafe and the old Coco's Drive-In is where they're located at. Earlier this year on the Big Island of Kona, we had the 40th annual senior softball tournament, and I played in it. How's that? I'm not a senior. It's 16 over, but you can have one guy in the 60, but got to be 55. So I was a young boy. Okay. We played in the B division. We took, I think, second. The guys on Kauai were really good. Those guys on Kauai, they kind of beat us by a lot of runs, but they were very good. So congratulations to the Kauai team. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was super hot in Kona. I don't know how people live in Kona. Not to say it's bad, but it's hot. It was super hot. Anyway, as you guys know, we always have a resource guide. And on page 30 of our October issue, we feature the Kauai and Maui County senior clubs. I mean, look at the clubs. On Kauai alone, there's got to be 12. On Maui alone, on page 30 there, gosh, there's like 40 or 50 clubs. I'm shocked and I'm amazed. But yeah,
senior
so go for it, you guys on Maui there. Anyway, I love this story on page 36, by the way. Exercise can restore health. About my friend Wendell Morikawa that had diabetes, and his doctor said this is getting serious, so you better exercise. So he started working out. I introduced him to Diane Cadena, our personal trainer in our magazine, who just turned 60, by the way. Hope you're not listening, Diane, because I know you don't want to mention your name, your age, but you are listed here. And he got off his medication after a year of exercising. So
awesome.
Wendell, he's a great guy. He's one of the funniest guys I know. If you ever meet Wendell, he works out usually before or after me when we work out on Tuesdays and Fridays. But great effort from Wendell. And as you guys know, this is Medicare enrollment period. So we have an article from Pamela Cunningham from the State Health Insurance Program. Also, Martha Clopin, our resident expert, who also does her own radio show on Medicare, talks about the different plans out there. And I'm not too sure if you guys know, but they also started a new Medicare Rewards program for seniors that get regular test screenings, and you keep up to date with your nutrition. So different levels of screenings they have, and where you get points, and with those points you can get maybe like a pedometer, different things, prizes you can get. So it's a cool thing they started. And then lastly, besides all the other articles, Annette Pang, our relationship life coach, she has 2 care homes. She's very versed on aging, had for many years, and she now does workshops on how to deal with the family, how to talk to family members, how to communicate. I've been to her workshop. It's really, really good. So she's a consultant, so if you have any questions or issues with families, give her a call. She's there on page 40. So anyway, you can read it online, as I said, or you can pick up the YMCA, Big City Diner, all the libraries statewide, Vacations Hawaii, and over another 100 locations statewide in the magazine. And thanks to KTA on the Big Island for distributing all our magazines there, and they do a great job, and I know the seniors love KTA. But anyway, we're here with HIAC, Hawaii Island Adult Care, and you have 2 facilities there in Hilo, in the Big Island. And so you guys have been around a long time. One of the first in Hawaii in the 70s, you said.
1976. We'll be 40 years in January.
And so I'm kind of amazed. You say you're the largest in the state, and that's I mean, for
single site
for that area,
for a single site, and we cover the whole East Hawaii and everything. So,
but you have a lot of seniors there, and you guys live a lot longer, like you mentioned, right? Which is a good thing. You're gonna live longer too.
I hope so.
You hope so.
Yeah,
you have experience.
Yeah.
And so, adult day centers, as we mentioned earlier, is the growing fad today. Because I mean, you're gonna have to pay $25-$30 an hour for a caregiver.
Yes.
Versus paying $65-$70 a day for 7 to
5
o'clock. That's a
Monday
great
through
deal.
Friday.
So you're not open weekends.
Saturday we're open 8 to 4.
Oh, good for you. That is a growing area as well.
Yep.
And I didn't know, and I probably should have known, that Medicaid as well is covered for your services.
Medicaid does cover adult daycare if you have the needs that they have.
And is a financial assessment as well for the Medicaid?
Oh, yeah, of course. You probably level and under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Miley, it interests me because I'm very involved in Alzheimer's in Hawaii. I'm helping out with an Alzheimer's state plan, let alone with putting up caucus. And that's one thing. If you ever come to Oahu, the first Friday of every month at the Capitol, they have a meeting of a lot of the movers and shakers, a lot of the advocates in senior care. And we meet at the Capitol with Suzanne Chun Oakland, Senator Chun Oakland, and Senator, the senator from Pro City. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but they both run it, and you have other politicians there. And you guys, next time you come, maybe you and Kathy, your new president, Kathy Wyatt, should do a presentation about the need, the services and programs that you guys provide out there. It's very, very important. And hopefully more adult day centers have a special unit for Alzheimer's, because I know a lot of them do not take. And like I said, you guys take everybody, but I know we're limited here with space and also the care.
Yeah, a lot of the facilities is just one big room, so it's difficult to divide it up. We're lucky to have two places. Maui, for instance, has two centers, one in Wailuku and one in Kailua. One is for the higher level need, and one is for the more akamai. But if you don't have that availability, it doesn't work.
Yeah, for all day care, that's great. Is there a higher fee for your unit, Miley? A little bit?
Yes. We charge in levels, actually. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. One is they meet all their ADLs. They can do their personal care and don't need assistance walking. And level 2 would be somebody that needs to be cued more often. Not to say that level 1, I mean, they may have some dementia and Alzheimer's, but are still able to cope with a more normal life. And level 2, they need assistance, bathrooming and feeding. Texture of their food is changed.
And so, when it comes to your unit, because you're so specialized, that must help the families a great deal. Let alone because they have to dealing with either a home or paying for a care home. But they must be very thankful for your services.
Well, they are. It provides respite care mainly for the caregiver. They need that rest. I mean, you can't continue doing 24/7 at home taking care of somebody that has dementia. It's a very, very exhausting job.
Yeah, demanding, full of stress.
And we give them peace of mind by filling their loved ones' days with activities and recreation and outings, and just keeping them busy so that when they do end their day, they're more pleasant, they're smiling.
Less stress.
Less stress. And they go home and they do what they're supposed to do because they're tired.
Yeah, eat and go sleep.
Bocha. Bocha, eat and sleep.
We also do work a lot with the families, especially if we see them really stressed. We have a caregiver support group which focuses on Alzheimer's. We work with Chris Ridley, who's part of Alzheimer's.
She's
with
wonderful.
the Alzheimer's Association. And then we have a Saturday respite once a month program as well. We try to get them in where they get massaged, and we have talk story and get to know other caregivers, because they're not in the boat alone. There are a lot of people that they network that way.
So are you guys, not to change the subject, but are you familiar with the Hawaii Pacific Gerontological Society?
Yes. Yeah, we're a member.
So I'm not too sure if you know, but I'm the next year's president.
Yeah, you said it last week. Yeah, congratulations.
And so one of the things we want to do is we want to bring out speakers to talk to caregivers. Maybe we should do an event at your facility and bring some speakers in, either from Hawaii Island or from Oahu, and what I'm trying to do is get everybody educated a little bit about everything, about Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, about legal, financial, long-term care insurance, all the different programs out there, because we need to equip not only the people workers in our industry, but also the families.
Yes. We try to do a lot of that with our Caregiver Respite Day, which is every third Saturday of every month.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that is supported by Office of Aging. They can come in, our caregivers come in, and they get nutritional advice with Audrey Wilson. She's our food columnist in Hilo. We have Tai Chi that we do.
Great.
And we have an activity that they can partake in. They have table massage, body massage, foot massage, while we take care of their loved one. And if they stay from 9 to 12, which is the duration of this service, they can leave their loved one till 3 o'clock.
And they can go holo for 3 hours.
And go holo.
It's all paid
and
by
that's
Office of
all
Aging,
paid for by Office of
Yeah.
Aging. So it's a wonderful give.
It's a really good program. But caregivers, I think, are the most stressed out people, probably far more stressed than any parent ever was. And so they're the most difficult to come in. They just don't take the time.
They need to take the time.
They need to, yeah.
Our photographer, our art director, our editor, and person who handles our sales and distribution, these 4 people that work for our magazine Generations all have first-hand experience with caregiving, except for me. I'm the only one that doesn't have first-hand experience. But I deal with families on a daily basis with my mortgage business. But, so let me ask you this. Can somebody, let's say somebody's taking care of their mom or dad, can they bring in mom or dad for 1 day a week?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can
So
come
no
any amount of
contract
the week.
or
No.
Any amount of days?
No. They can come for any portion of the day also.
Yeah, whatever they need.
Is that pretty standard for all other adult day centers?
I don't think so. I think they all have different policies.
Yeah, they have different policies, right?
Yeah, we have,
that's really important because a number of families that I know, friends and then also relatives, the caregiver passed away first before the person.
Yeah, that's what we try to prevent.
It's a growing phenomenon.
Yep. That's why you try to reach them
more and more.
Yeah, but they just deny that they're in stress. That's the real problem. They just deny their stress until they go, and then they show up at our doors, just ready to fall apart.
Yeah.
And we try to get their mom or dad in as quick as we can, which is just having the TB and physicals, those only requirements.
Yeah, it's just it's really, really important that they get that care, that service, get training. Knowledge is really important. Like my friend who called me last night at 9 o'clock for his dad.
Yeah.
You got to equip yourself with information and you got to plan out long term.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, as we age, like your clients, it only gets worse. Yeah.
Well, Percy, we always say that we are the best kept secret in Hilo.
You guys are. I'll tell you.
I mean, it's just until that need is right knocking at their door, do they realize there's something like...
It's getting better. We're getting more well-known because of our golf tournament and the word of mouth. But the golf tournament really, once a year, it's the 10th year this year in July. And I think that really brought us kind of back into life because it's kind of a
I'm a golfer.
bigger
call
group.
Me up.
Yeah,
next
year.
Though, right?
We will.
Call me up.
Yeah.
My dad's from Hilo. My cousin's over there.
Yeah.
They're still there.
We have a lot of fun.
I only have one auntie left over there.
Yeah.
My dad's here. Only my dad and my auntie left from my father's side. But yeah, I mean, I love Hilo. I go there for a softball tournament. So you're only funded by your tuition fee or your...
No, that's probably 60% of our income is our private pay. And then 20% is Medicaid participants. And then another 20% is the grants for the low income. And then the last 5 is all the other donations, the golf tournament, other things. Yeah, but that is how we function.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of partnership do you have with, you said, Office on Aging over there?
Yes. Yeah, we have contracts with them for Kupuna Care and for the, that's another, the caregiver one.
And so your 2 facilities, you said one is Honolulu. How big is that facility?
Very small. We're only open 2 days a week right now because it's very rural, and I think the tendency people still work in Hilo, so they just bring them to town. We were trying to reach that community, but it's...
So Honolulu is above Hilo?
Yeah, on Hamakua Coast, towards Honoka'a.
It's towards Honoka'a.
Towards Honoka'a.
And Honoka'a is to the...
Straight up.
Straight up above you?
Yeah,
so
40 miles away.
So Puna is how far?
South.
Oh, south. Oh,
yeah,
south
towards Ka'u.
Okay, yeah.
We have volcano below, between volcano and Hilo. All that whole area is all Puna.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's great. Yeah, you're a great service, and I'll tell you, one of the things I was trying to find out is the differences in families, because you have more families where the kids move to the island or move with the mainland, right? Don't you see that more?
I think it just changes. Yeah, some of them move back. Sometimes the kids move back to take care of their parents. Yeah. I think it's probably true all over the islands that people move away, and they they want to come back, but they end up with their careers over there. Yeah, but we have a lot.
I think what you're thinking is, because we're so rural, we don't have the industry you have on Oahu.
Yeah.
Our children do not come home. and when they do come home, their parents are older, they've retired, and they come home to return.
They come
to retire.
Yeah, they do that,
and they become caregivers.
And a lot of the boomers are coming to Hawaii just to retire, and a lot of them moving into Puna. Their population has skyrocketed out there in the over 60 group.
But you have a lot. I understand you have a lot of homeless out there too.
Oh
yes, everywhere.
It's growing every year.
Yeah. Well, where better to live? Where it's outdoors, it's healthy.
At least it's sunny.
I think somebody's sending them to the Big Island.
I think so. I was talking when I was up in that command center up at that community center they had where when the lava flow was coming out last year.
Yes.
I talked to one of the county services people and I said, "How many homeless do we have out here?" And they said like 2,000.
Yeah, they're
just
in the boonies. Yeah.
But he said it's probably a lot more because a lot of them are squatting on somebody's land that they don't know. It's like a 20-acre lot or 40-acre lot, and they don't know
They don't know who's living there.
They're living in the boonies and they don't know, so it's kind of scary. I went to the health food store. There one store right across the community center out there.
Island Naturals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, a lot of hippies and a lot of
Puna's a lot of hippies,
but they're pretty healthy seniors.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see your seniors healthier than ours, but I would think that neighbor Ryan is healthier though. But they live longer. They probably
depends
live
on the senior.
Like I said, less fast food.
Yeah, it depends on the senior too, whether they focus or not to
so
staying healthy.
you're not spring chickens, but you're not seniors yet. So what is your plan? Have you thought about that? Will you be going to HIAC later on?
Well, I'm continuing to work because we have a project building a new building, and I helped design the nurses' station. So
really?
I'd certainly like to sit in
the whole building with me.
I'm sorry, you're building a new building?
We're going to be built, because we're in the old Hilo Hospital built in 1924. It's literally falling apart, and we've been very graciously lucky that the county has allowed us to continue staying there. The pharmacy school is upstairs right now too. It's one of their locations, but we've been on this building project for a while, and with hopefully by next year maybe it'll get built. The infrastructure has already been infrastructure has already been completed, and the building plans, permitting, all that stuff is through, and so we came yesterday. I came yesterday to meet with the lieutenant governor. It was one of our councilmen.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, the mayor over there and is very supportive of senior program.
He's very supportive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know Harry Kim previously was
very supportive.
And I know
we have a nice community.
Retired already. Chemo Alameda seems to be really committed.
He's
wonderful.
He's very supportive and very committed.
Yeah, so I hope that gets built. But you got to come back, and you guys have a fundraiser at all besides your golf tournament that I'm coming to next year.
We do an art auction every so often because we have a lot of art projects hanging all over our walls, and when the walls get full, we'll do an art auction, which we just had in March, so we won't have another one for a couple of years. Or maybe when we move, we'll probably have one.
Well, if you have anything in the future, let us know. We'll do a story on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you guys do get open.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you partnering with the magazine now. And
it's great.
Tell everybody KTA has them out there. If you want to, were you going to be able to distribute through your facility as well?
Yes, we're going to. Yeah, we have a lot of families come and drop off. They're there.
Okay, good.
They can take it away.
Yeah, Paula Uusitalo.
Uusitalo.
And Miley Young. So thank you very much. So Hawaii Island Adult Care. Now, how do people get a hold of you, or do you have a website?
Yep, just type Hawaii Island Adult Care in the web, and we're there. Facebook and website. 961-3747.
961-3747. Okay. So thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you very much.
You'll be up on our website, archived. So if you want to push your clients there, people want to know more about the state's largest and probably one of the best adult day centers, come to our website, generations808.com. So as you guys know, our magazine is very well read, and so you folks have a website too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let us know if we can help you with that. Yeah.
Like us on Facebook too.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, people.
Yes.
You gotta like the Generations
like us
magazine
on
too.
Facebook.
I didn't realize
there
that.
You go.
I went to a special workshop yesterday on websites and how it's really important. You got to get people to like you.
Oh yes.
You can have a lot of followers, but if they don't like you, that's not good. This one lady was talking about how this company had 5,000 followers, but only had 100 likes. See, that's not good. So we gotta have 500 followers and 500 likes, right?
Okay.
So like Generations magazine is on our website, but Facebook, we have a Twitter account, we also have LinkedIn, and Hawaii Island Adults Care. And like their Facebook page as well. So Thank you very much, everybody. We're here every Saturday, Sunday. Saturdays from 5 to 6 and Sundays from 3 to 4 here on AM 690 The Answer. And I love that. We always give you the answers every week. So you can always contact me, Percy, at generations808.com if you need more information or you want more topics in the magazine. So as I always say, aloha and live well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.